Good evening, everybody, and welcome to episode 2 of Dreadful Tales, which is our Ravenloft anthology series. You might be asking, what is a Ravenloft anthology series and how does it differ from the actual plays I've seen? Well, our series has 2 dungeon masters, 10 players, 4 arcs, and 2 finales. You might be asking yourself, how does any of that work? Well, you're going to need to stay with us in the mists to find out. We're going to go around and our players are going to introduce themselves and their characters. Fluffy, why don't you start?
Hi, I'm Fluffy Snowfall, and I am playing Karina Ivanova.
All right, Dwight.
I am Dwight Wade, the Big Bearded Nerd. I am playing Concord, the Warforged Cleric. So,
Feliza.
I'm Feliza Casano, and I am playing Tea Kalor, a drow ranger.
Robo.
Oh, hello everybody. I'm Robo Goblin, and I am playing Patricio de la Rosa.
And my name is Gary. I am playing Dr. Cornelius. Strike, why don't you take us away?
I am Strike Redkite. I'll be your dungeon master for this arc and tonight in particular. I do want to go ahead and lead off for those who are watching at home with a brief content warning. There will be some description of some gory aspects. I am trying to up the creep factor considerably from last week. And I just want to let you all know that that's coming in this. So be aware of that. Always take care of yourself first and foremost. If it gets to be too much, we absolutely understand, and you should set aside. We have strong safety tools in place for the cast, so they will certainly let me know if we need to do anything for them. But I just wanted to go ahead and throw that out there at the top. This is obviously a horror anthology, so you kind of know what you're getting into coming in, but I wanted to make sure that nobody was in any way, shape, or form going to be terribly surprised if the descriptions get a little darker this time. When we last left our protagonists, I don't know that we can necessarily call them heroes yet. They had just discovered that there was something rustling in the bushes and making its way toward them on the path. Now, we rolled initiative last week, so that is all set in case a combat should break out. Why doesn't everybody go ahead and describe where you are on this forested path so that we can begin here?
Dr. Cornelius is hiding behind somebody, I think. Who am I hiding behind? Am I hiding behind Taya? No. Anyways, Dr. Cornelius is sort of up there, and he's looking very disappointed in this whole thing, almost like his patience is being tried. He's leaning up against his axe, which is bound by the books written in an ancient language, and he's just looking around, not knowing what to make of this.
Well, Taya just popped out of some bushes to tell her friends that there's something weird over yonder. So I think she is facing towards her friends and away from the forested area where she had seen, but also not really seen the slightly noisy disturbance.
Karina is most likely near the back of the group, just kind of meandering about.
And I am in front of everybody, just trying to make myself look big.
I think Concord is kind of probably a few steps to the right of Patricio. Again, just trying to get in between whatever this is in the group.
All right. So as the rustling seems to heighten and get closer to the edge of the path, there's a low growl that makes its way from both the left and right side of the path. It almost seems to echo, making it difficult to really pinpoint exactly where it's coming from. But within a moment, a long, black panther-like creature slowly stalks out of the bush. Atop its back are several tentacles, and it seems to shimmer, not as though light were playing off it, but as though it were both there and not quite there at the same time.
That is new.
What is going on?
There,
Everybody
appe-
sees that. I'm sorry.
there appears to be a large cat octopus thing trying to probably eat us.
Okay. Uh, okay. Well, and I just put myself and try to at least move 5 feet closer to the sounds of this, whatever it is.
Okay.
I step towards one of them and just hold a hand out. Halt, feline.
The creature growls at both Patricio and Concord and two others, one from each side of the path, break from the bush and join their companion, moving toward the party with low, intimidating growls. They seem to be walking you, trying to walk you backwards back towards town.
Oh. Okay. I'll just raise my hands and just stare at one of them and just be, here, kitty, kitty. Pss, 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 pss.
Give me an animal handling check.
Oh, no. Oh, wait, I'm actually good at this. Oh, 18?
The creature makes a low growl and sort of narrows its eyes. And the other two that have just come out of the bush start moving towards Patricio, coming up to his sides.
I'm not gonna hurt you. And I just try to reach my pocket and take out a grape and just throw it at them.
Okay.
At one of them, at least.
Are you tossing it towards the one in front or one of the ones on the side?
The one that narrow its eyes.
That's the one in the front.
Okay, I'll just throw it.
The grape seems to just barely miss where the creature is, but then clearly bounces off something, just a slight bit to its left. At which point, the illusion of where the beast was fades, and it appears right where the grape struck.
Oh, there you are, Peekaboo.
And with that, we're going to go into initiative.
No.
Okay.
So, Taya, you have the initiative. What would you like to do here? The cats are about to lunge toward Patricia.
How close are they to me? Since I was on kind of like that side of Concord and Patricio.
You're probably within about 15 feet of them. I assume that you're all relatively close.
Yeah, we're in talking range.
Yeah.
I will. Do any of them look as if they're being particularly aggressive as, like, about to harm my companion, kind
The
of.
one that was hit with the grape definitely does.
Oh no, he does not like the grapes. That's a sad day. Well, I'm gonna shoot him.
Okay.
So let's see. I have a longbow. So I'll take out and that's an 18 to hit.
That will hit.
All right. And that looks like 10 piercing damage. And I have another question for you. So I have I suppose, a special action called Dread Ambusher. The start of your first turn each combat, if you take an attack action on that turn, you can make one additional weapon attack as part of that action, dealing an extra 1d8 damage of that weapon's damage type on a hit. Do you
Sounds like
count?
you get another shot.
Oh, excellent. Oh, that's a 9 to hit, though.
That is not going to succeed, though.
Oh no. And then she's just gonna kind of nope off, probably around behind Concord.
Okay. Karina, you're up next.
I think that didn't work. Cats are predators and are carnivorous in nature. And she is going to look to all three. Are they within 30 feet of us?
Yes.
All right. She is going to begin casting a spell. She's going to kind of bite at her thumb to expose a little drop of blood and sprays it in front of her. And you see as like various like sick looking vines, gray and brown, start kind of cracking up through the ground and clinging onto them. I need them all to make a charisma saving throw against Bane.
Oh, goodness. Let's see. What is the DC?
13 charisma.
So 11's not going to cut it. And a 7's not going to cut it.
Nope.
But our leader just passes.
All right.
The two flanking Patricio, however, do not.
Yeah, the two that succumb to it subtract a d4 from their attack and saving rolls.
Okay.
And then she'll just kind of take a few steps back.
All right. The one on Patricio's left is up next. And it's going to lash out with the tentacles on its back. I'm going to guess that a 10 probably isn't going to hit Patricio.
Nope.
And I don't think an 11 is a whole heck of a lot better.
Nope.
All right, well, as usual, my
just-
minions are right up to snuff. Oh, and they're even Bane, so they wouldn't have hit anyway. Dr. Cornelius,
Yeah.
you are up.
Oh. Okay. Dr. Cornelius is going to look at the situation, and he is going to sigh deeply, as if he is burdened by this very scenario. And he is going to look at his friends, and he is going to say, I am so vexed. And he is going to walk forward, and he is going to attack the lead creature. He is going to take the great axe, and he is going to swing down upon it mightily, and he is going to attack recklessly.
Okay.
Because if you are going to do something, you do it right, yeah? I think...
You will have, you do not have a disadvantage on this, so you make a regular attack roll for this.
So no advantage?
Oh, I'm sorry, you do get advantage from the reckless.
Yeah, okay. Then I hit AC 18.
That is a definitive hit.
All right. I do 7 damage.
Every bit counts.
Yeah, but some counts more than others. I am done my turn.
All right. The cat on Patricio's right sees the axe lash out at its pack leader and will jump towards Dr. Cornelius and swing twice with its tentacles. Let's see, 19 minus 3 because it's baned is a 16. Does that still hit?
Yeah.
All right. So that is 5 bludgeoning damage and 6 piercing damage for 11 total.
Yeah, so I take 2 and I take 3. Because I am so vexed.
Yep. And then it's going to swing a second time. And I'm guessing a 7 is probably not going to be enough to hit.
No, but remember you have advantage.
I do have advantage. That's right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, that was almost a natural 20. They rolled even worse on the second one. So,
Yeah, honesty is the best policy. Thank you.
yep, absolutely. When the next up is the leader cat, and when it end of its next turn. Okay, so it's going to also go ahead and attack at Dr. Cornelius. So that is a 15.
Yeah,
No,
that,
I'm sorry. This one isn't baned. 18.
yeah, that hits.
Okay. So that is 8 bludgeoning damage and 5 piercing damage.
Yeah, so 13 is 6.
And then a 24 is going to hit.
No, that misses.
And that will be 8 bludgeoning and 3 piercing.
Okay.
And then Concord, you are up.
How bad does Dr. Cornelius look right now?
Yeah. I mean, he's definitely taken some damage, but he looks more or less fine.
Okay. And where are the 3 Octocats now?
They're currently there's one next to Patricio. The other 2 are next to Dr. Cornelius and attacking.
Okay. I think I'm gonna step over, shield raise, and stand next to the one of the ones that's over by Dr. Cornelius, and then I am going to cast Aid on Patricio, Taya, and Dr. Cornelius. You just see like there's this warm orange red glow that kind of like emanates from the crevices of my armor. And you feel this reinforcing magic kind of course through you, and you get +5 to your maximum and current hit points for the next 8 hours.
10 hit points for the win.
I feel we might be in some danger. Hopefully this will help.
Thank you.
That's my turn.
Does that tickle anyone else?
Patricio.
Yep. Okay, so with my animal handling a couple minutes ago, can I tell which one is the alpha?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The one you hit
Okay.
with the break.
Okay, I'm gonna try to use my action to just instill fear in this alpha one, and just like use my draconic presence using intimidation. Oh wait, actually,
Okay.
if you fail, okay. Oh wait, okay. First, I'm gonna try to scare the alpha by just saying, "Enough! Stop want me to roll?
Yes, give me an intimidation check.
Intimidation. Okay. Okay, that's 17.
All right, you instill fear into the heart of the alpha displacer beast.
Nice. Does it back out a little bit or just stays right
It
there?
looks like it is strongly considering leaving. But its initiative isn't until it's got some time.
Okay. Okay. Then I'm just gonna ready myself. If it tries to attack anybody that's close to me, I'll just whack it.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Taya, top of the round.
Are any of my friends within 5 feet of the lead creature?
Dr. Cornelius is, as is Concord.
All right. So Taya's gonna take out another arrow, and before she puts it up to her bow, she's going to whisper something that no one else can really hear too well, and cast Ensnaring Strike. Next time you hit a creature with a weapon attack before this spell ends, etc. And then go ahead and take a shot.
Are you attacking the wounded one or one of the ones that has not been wounded?
The lead one, the wounded one, the one I shot the
Okay.
last time.
Just making sure.
That's a 22 to hit.
That is definitely going to hit.
Okay, so the first thing is the kitty has to make a strength saving throw or be restrained by the magical vines that pop out as soon as it's hit. And the strength save will be 12.
It rolled a 21, so...
Oh, sad day.
Oops.
But the kitty will take 9 piercing damage.
Okay. It growls, deeply unhappy with the 2 arrows that are sticking out of it. Do you have anything else for your turn?
No, she just sticks her tongue out at the creature.
All right, Karina.
All right. So there's the 2 beasts on the outskirts, and the alpha is up next to Patricio and Concord, right? Or no,
Concord
Cornelius
and
and
Dr.
Concord.
Cornelius, yep.
All right. How far away is it from the others?
Probably 10 feet. They're not terribly far separated.
Okay. All right. I'm going to pull a wand out of my pocket and kind of make a snapping motion. And there's this long vine full of thorns that whips out, and I am going to make an attack at the alpha.
Okay.
And let's see, that is a 15 to hit.
You do have disadvantage on the roll as an
Okay. That's still a 15 to hit.
That still hits them.
All right. So I deal 4 points of piercing damage, and the creature is dragged 10 feet closer to me.
Okay. The creature lets out a loud yelp and digs its claws into the ground as it's dragged backwards.
You really don't want to be doing this. You really, really don't. And then I'm going to take some movement back. I'm going to move about 25 feet.
All right.
And that'll be my turn.
Okay. One of the baned displacer beasts takes one look at this situation. The scary dragon monk, the arrows sticking out of its leader, the vines, the bane, and everything else, and decides that this is not where it in fact parked its car, and that it left the gas on back home, and makes a break for it into the bush. Dr. Cornelius, you're up next.
Yeah, it's my turn. I am going to once again attack the displacer beast that is in front of me. I have lost my patience now, and it is time for this displacer beast to go home. Yeah, I rolled 24.
That hits.
I rolled 12 damage. That is, wait, no, 14. Sorry, 14 damage. Because I am vexed, so it is extra.
Okay.
That is the end of my turn.
All right. The other baned displacer beast looks at the group, and despite the fact that it has a low intelligence, it has some intelligence, and realizes that these are not just villagers that are coming down the road. These are adventurers, and they're planning on making their way down this path, whether they displacer beast like it or not. And it's also going to dash off into the brush. The lead displacer cat yowls loudly, the sound of a creature that is absolutely incensed with just the help these days. And it rears back and tries to attack Dr. Cornelius again with its tentacles. The first attack is an 18.
Yeah, that hits.
6 bludgeoning damage and 3 piercing damage.
Yeah.
And 9 for the second attack. Did you reckless this turn?
Yeah, always. You don't even need
Okay.
to ask.
Then 23, which will definitely hit.
Yeah, I think so. I would have to look at my sheet to make sure.
8 bludgeoning damage and 1 more piercing damage.
Okay.
And Concord, you are up.
Yeah, my armor starts to glow again. This time it's more of a white color, and I look at Dr. Cornelius and I say, "May the peace of Rao be a balm upon your wounds," and you're gonna get healing of 2d6 plus 3, 8 points of healing.
Thank you. That feels much better. So I remain vexed by this whole situation.
And yeah, I think that's my turn. So.
Okay. And Patricio, you are up.
All right. First of all, testing. Okay, it works. Is it still there, like trying to attack us?
The lead cat is, the other two have already bolted off.
Okay. I'm gonna attack. Sorry, kitty. Attack the big kitty, but do it in like a way that it's mostly like just trying to not hurt it much, or like just like pretty much like a slap. No, stop it, something like that.
Okay.
So I'll just use my unarmed strike and just go like, no, try to slap it and be like, no, you stop that, go away, bad kitty, go away.
Okay. Give me an attack roll.
Oh, 21.
That'll hit.
And it's 7 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. All right, Taya.
Taya just wants to shoot it again. Uh, she's not trying too hard to shoo away the cat. She's just gonna. I don't want to befriend things that could eat me. Oh wait, that's gonna be a 10 to hit. Don't think that'll do it though.
Nope, not so much.
Yeah, she's a little distracted by Patricio's no.
Like looking at me like, really? Really?
Yeah, she's just like, you see, Patricio, do you see the size of that thing? It's almost as big as you are. It might be bigger than you are, I don't know.
These are large-sized creatures, so they are bigger.
They're bigger than you are. Look at it.
Bad
All right,
pencil,
Karina.
bad kitty.
All right, so seeing as the other two have fled, she's just going to look at this alpha. I said you do not want to do this, but if you're going to insist, and she is going to grab her wand, point it out, and there's going to be this coalescence of like red energy. It almost looks like blood, and is going to fire off a shot of this red beam, kind of, and it leaves like dripping trails as it's fired. That would be an 18 to hit at disadvantage.
That hits.
Okay, and that is 9 points of force damage.
Okay. Dr. Cornelius.
Yeah, he is going to stare down the cat, and he is going to say, "Have you not done enough to ruin my day?" And he is going to attack it with his great axe. Oh, but I might not hit. Does a 12 hit?
Nope, not quite.
Yeah, he swings his axe wildly as he is so focused on the vexation he feels that he cannot effectively direct his attack at the enemy. He is attacking himself instead, in his mind.
It hurt itself in its confusion. All right. The alpha cat looks around at the arrow at its feet, at the axe that has carved up some of the path near it, the arrows currently sticking out of its torso, and decides that it's going to disengage and get the heck out of here, and bolts out into the bushes.
And I just yell, "Good kitty."
But how is it a good kitty? It attacked us. Dr. Cornelius's suit is like torn open in places. It's dripping blood. How is that? How is that a good? No, that is the very definition of the bad kitty.
I believe they could have used a lot more force if they wanted to. A lot more. You are fine right now, Dr. Cornelius.
Now I do not
Well-
know who is trying my patience more. These Cactopusses or you.
I apologize.
Yeah, I spoke out of turn. I am so sorry for being so angry with you. I know it seems like very scary because I am very angry, but I am not.
Damn it, Karen. You are a very talented doctor.
Oh, You are very sweet. Thank you, Patrizio.
By the way,
Is,
Concord, thank you.
No, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
As they're talking, again, my armor starts to glow, and I'm going to cast Balm of Peace again for Dr. Cornelius. That'll be another 4. No, that's not right. 7. Health regained. Is there anybody else that needs healing? I don't think so, right?
Yeah, no, I think I am the only one that took damage, and now the only thing that is hurt on me is my clothes. Look at this suit; it is custom tailored.
I will go over to Dr. Cornelius and pull out a wool cloak. It's not the same and it might not fit right, but if you want.
Yeah, you are sweet. Thank you so much for thinking of me. I will wear it proudly. Cover up the hole.
Holes can be fixed.
So, we are still going in that direction, yeah?
Yes.
All right. Well, now we know that a Cactopus is over there. Hopefully this is the worst thing we face all day. And Dr. Cornelius is going to like start puffing and lean on his axes as he seems to be no longer vexed.
Taya is going to think about the fact that Dr. Cornelius just said the words that no one should ever say when they're wandering alone, when they're wandering out in the woods.
What words are those? Wait, did you say
What?
that out loud?
Oh no,
Oh, never
no.
mind.
She was thinking it. She was thinking it, but I'll tell you what those words are. You never think to yourself or say no, you never say out loud that what's the worst that could happen, or hopefully that's the worst that would happen. Because that immediately is gonna make something worse happen.
If anything happens, we just blame Gary.
Yeah.
I don't even understand. We should just continue forward. Everything is going to be fine. It's a mild inconvenience despite the anger you have seen in my face.
I'll just turn to everybody and just say, all right, we did it. And you just see this burst of energy going in, like Patricio is radiating just this energy. And you start to see like a tiny glint, or just my eyes just turn a little bit yellow. And I'll just go, we should press forward.
Yes. I'm going to give Orlok a scratch under the chin, clean off some of the rot that came with it, and just kind of be like, yeah, I don't know who's really going to be the leader either. Maybe we're all the leader. And then I'll just head off and follow.
Dr. Cornelius is going to blunder down the path that they've been walking.
Path winds through the woods, moving throughout the trees and having greater and lesser amounts of definition to it as you move through. Why doesn't everybody give me a perception check?
Oh, wow. Okay, that is a nat 20 for a total of 21.
Woo!
All right.
Is that the first natural 20 of the campaign?
I think
I
so.
think so.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Cornelius got a 15 after rolling a 16.
Yeah, I got a 5.
And
Oh no. Oh no.
Taste? the worst ranger being outside. Like she's just like, what is an outside? What is a tree?
I got a 19.
All right. So 15 and below, the trees seem to be shifting with wind, moving and leaves blowing. 19 and 21, you can see the foliage moving, blown by wind. But even when the foliage at your face level or your arm level moves with wind, there's no corresponding breeze that touches your skin. All of the movement seems to be absent the wind force that you would expect it to have.
Does anybody feel that?
No, I
Oh,
don't feel anything. That's the
there's no-
problem.
Precisely.
What is
Is it like
the problem?
moving in? I don't feel. You see the leaves, and I just burn to the leaves. Do you see that? They're moving right now,
Yeah, they are moving.
but there's no wind. There's no wind right now.
Yeah, when you pointed out, that seems strange. Concord, do you have any thoughts? Have you seen anything like this before? Moving trees, or wandering woods, or trees that move?
Con- Is Concord still here? Is Dwight here? Oh,
I,
he's
I lost my sound there for a second. What?
Oh yeah, Dr. Cornelius was just asking if Concord has seen the trees move like that before. They are moving with no wind. You have seen many things in your time from a strange land.
Things often move without explanation. But no, I have not seen this before.
It is not that uncommon. Growing up in the druid circle, there are very powerful druids that could awaken plant life or animate them. It is possible that they are magically enhanced or are living creatures in the way that we are.
Can I grab like a stone or something and just throw it at the foliage?
Sure.
Okay. I'll just reach down, take a pebble or anything like that, and just throw it right there.
The stone hits some of the leaves, and the sound is exactly what you'd expect it to. The leaves react the way you'd expect them to from being struck, and in a moment, the stone is lost into the darkness.
Okay. And I just turned to Corina after she said that, and I'll just look like a little bit worried and say, if I heard that anything with that stone, I am sorry. And I'll just continue down the path.
I hope you have a good rest of the day, Tree, and then we'll continue.
The path continues on, and it takes about an hour of walking for the group to reach what appears to be a dilapidated metal archway. It might have once held letters or a sign that declared where it was, but those days are long past. But it does herald an opening in the forest to a fairly sizable clearing. And in that clearing are several buildings, and it looks like there's a fountain in the center of town. The fountain is a water feature. It's actually flowing with water. And it appears to be a beatific person with their arms outstretched, with water flowing from their mouth and from their hands as they are surrounded by birds and other wildlife.
I would like to approach the Disney Princess fountain.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
Okay. That would be a 16.
Okay. So Karina, as you approach the statue and the fountain itself, you make a couple of realizations. It's a very androgynous figure, wearing a robe with long hair, and the face is fairly crudely carved, so it's not easy to tell whether this was supposed to be a man, a woman, or something else entirely. But something you do notice as you get closer is that the water that is flowing is not flowing from the mouth or the palms of the hands as you'd expect a statue in that pose to. The statue has carved into it wounds. The throat has been raggedly cut, and there are missing fingers on both hands. And it is from those places that the water flows, not a natural space on the statue itself. As you get closer to the fountain, the burbling of water only barely fails to cover what sounds like a low moaning sound of someone in pain or anguish, but the kind of pain or anguish that has lasted a very long time and is likely to last a very long time still.
I'm going to dip Pinky into the pool of water and then just run it on my tongue.
Okay.
Is
Give me a
it
Constitution saving throw.
okay? That would be a 14.
Okay. It tastes like pure, clean water to you.
Okay.
This moaning sound, is it coming from the statue or just like a general sound? Or
It
can we
appears
tell
to be
what
coming from underneath the statue, where the pool of the water is.
I'm going to just kind of walk a circle around this fountain and just check for any evidence of doors or hatch or anything that might allow entry underneath.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
It's a 10.
Okay. A 10 doesn't find any secret passages or anything as far as that goes, but you do notice that the missing fingers on both hands are the center two. So the middle and the ring finger on both hands are missing.
So it kind of looks like Spider-Man.
Yep.
The sounds of pain are worrying. Does this vex you, Doctor?
It doesn't vex me, but it disappoints me greatly. Every minute we stay here, I become more and more disappointed with my lot in life. I wonder what decisions brought me to this place, to this moment in time. And I think to myself, curse those decisions, for I am here now, and this is the worst thing it could be.
That was a lot of words to say no.
Wow. Wow.
Do you think we could maybe move this statue in the center? see if there is something below.
Would it hurt the statue?
I don't know if the sounds of pain are the statue or someone below.
I will step into the fountain and see if I can lift the statue.
Okay, give me a Constitution saving throw when you get into the water.
An 18.
Okay. The water is clear and cool and almost feels a bit refreshing, which is odd for a Warforged to feel, but nevertheless, it definitely feels refreshing to be standing in. As you get closer to the base of the statue, you see there are some words carved into the base of the statue underneath the water level that were too difficult to make out from the outside edge of the pool itself.
Yeah, I'll check out the words. Can I read what they are?
Yep, they are written in common. And I will paste them into our chat here in a second so that nobody has to write them down. They read, the wingless bird, the windless day, the aimless soul shall loveless stay. The final hour she shall not see, her blessed life shall endless be.
Just read that out to the group in a monotone voice. Does that mean anything?
It means. Honestly, I don't know. It is a lot of words to potentially say nothing.
Dr. Cornelius is going to. Sorry, Tay, go ahead.
Oh, well, this is my worst nightmare of never being able to die. But I don't know, what were you going to say, Doctor?
I was just going to. Is there like a lip on the fountain and then the fountain and then the statue?
Yes.
Can I step up on the lip and still reach the statue and touch it?
No, the pool itself is probably about 10 meters in diameter.
All right.
So it's a little bit too far.
Then I'm
for
gonna
you to do without.
And is it like knee deep?
It appears to go up to Concord's thighs.
Okay. I'm gonna jump in.
Okay. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, and now I'm going to fail as a professor. Oh no, that is 14 plus. 14 plus 14 plus 5, so 19.
Okay. The water feels cool and clean and refreshing, and it seems to start soaking your clothes. And as the water gets to some of the rips in your pant legs, the fabric starts to knit back together.
Oh, this is a magic fountain. I like you, fountain. I'm going to lay down in a moment, but he's going to walk over to the statue, and then the aimless soul shall loveless stay. Well, what if I bring you love? And he's going to try and high five the fountain hand.
Okay. So as your hand reaches out and touches the hand of the statue, the water is disrupted a little bit and it kind of sprays a little bit out of the way. But you can see that it looks like the fingers that are missing, the carving there is less of a wound and it looks like it's more like a faucet or a spigot. It looks very intentional that water comes specifically out of there, but it's also got a hexagonal pattern inside of it that looks like something might fit into it.
I think there is a keyhole in the fingers. There is a hexagon type space like this, and then you put the thing in the thing, and then it goes like that. But I cannot say for sure because I did not create it.
Is there anything around us that would fit there?
There's nothing directly in the fountain, but there are a number of buildings in various states of disrepair all around the clearing.
Oh, I thought this was the only thing right here. There's like
No, it looks like it's a
deserted.
dilapidated village. This is just the center of it.
Anything appear to be glowing
Okay.
or a little pillar of light sticking up over it that might highlight that I want to go look at it?
Give me a perception
Anywhere.
check.
Oh, an 11. Rolled off a 20 onto an 11. So
No, on an 11, there's no highlighting. You need at least a 15 for the highlight to work.
all right.
Does it seem like we're alone right now, or do I see?
Give me a perception check, Patricia.
Oh no. It's a 12. It was right there on the 20.
So with a 12, your eye catches what looks like it could be a play of light moving between some buildings on the other side of the clearing. But it's not easy to tell, and it was only there for a moment.
I'll just turn to Taya and Taya, do you see that? And I point at where I saw the light.
I want to go kind of poke around and investigate that area that Patricio
Okay.
pointed out.
Give me an investigation check.
A 13.
Okay. So over on the far side of the clearing, it looks like the two buildings that Patricio was pointing at, one was probably a smithy of some sort, just based on the large chimney and stone roof building. And next to it could be a residence or something more simple than that. It has a thatched roof and simple wooden framing. But in the dust and the dirt between the buildings, there look to be uneven, ragged footprints. So obvious that anyone could spot them at this point. They seem almost not quite dug into the dirt, but they seem a little deeper than just a casual movement that moved past here a few minutes ago.
Compared to, for example, my feet, how big are the footprints? Are they around the same size?
Yeah,
Are
they look to be medium humanoid at least, but
Okay.
the right foot seems to be dragging slightly. So it elongates the step slightly.
Mm. And she's gonna wave. Whoever wants to come over, she's just gonna make a waving motion to
I'll
whomever.
go over.
Yeah. Me too.
And she kind of like kneels down and points out the shape of it and everything, including the part of likely limping, and says, I mean, I don't like this, but what are your thoughts?
It seems that you're correct that someone was trying to escape while wounded. It is a sign of somebody that might know what's going on around here.
Yeah, perhaps we should follow these tracks.
Do they look like they were just there, or are they new?
They look too deep to be very new. They're almost like someone took time to make sure that these tracks were clear wherever they were.
I'll just whisper that to both Taya and Corinne and say, I think this are on purpose.
Well,
Y-
there are a couple of reasons why someone might leave tracks on purpose, and that's to find their way back, in which case they'd probably eventually try to come back here where we are, or to set a trap for people, in which case the trap's at the other end.
Ah,
That makes as much sense as anything else. Maybe we should still follow it though, even if it is a trap. We can always see who the hunter is. I think that is always useful information.
Yeah. Okay. Dr. Cornelius is going to start to follow the tracks.
So that was easier said than done.
I'll just turn to
Is
Okay.
anyone going with Dr. Cornelius?
Yeah, I'll be
Yeah.
stomping along, not far behind him.
I'll have Orlok fly above him just to keep an eye on him.
I'll go behind Concord and just whisper to Concord, like trying to hurt my step. And hey, Concord, thank you so much for what you did back there. I appreciate it a lot. I can't hear you, Dwight.
You are welcome.
Oh. And I'll just go behind them both.
And as you, I'll just kind of like reach over and just kind of like mechanically pat your shoulder, like it's a it's a motion that I've seen other people do that I'm trying to recreate.
No, thank you. I'll just go.
The tracks lead around the corner of the building and to what was probably at one point a back door into the residence looking building, but the door has long since been lost, and the frame around it is misshapen and not fully holding up the beams above it. It looks relatively structurally sound, but it is definitely in a state of deep disrepair. Why don't you give me a perception check, Dr. Cornelius?
Oh. All right. I rolled a 10, so I get to 9.
Okay. As you enter the residence, it looks like the room that you have walked into is a sitting area. There's a small fireplace, some comfortable-esque looking chairs, and there's a table with 3 books set upon it. There's also a staircase leading to a second floor.
What are the titles of the books?
2 of the books don't have any writing on the outside. The 3rd book does, but it also has a lock, and it is written in a language. Does anyone speak Undercommon?
Ew.
I do not.
Nope.
Concord, you'll notice that the book reads The Life and Times of Tea Kalor.
Yeah, I'll just read that out to the group. Does anyone know who that is?
Yeah. I mean,
Is
is it just me? Who's here? Who's in this room?
It's just us 3 right now. I think Corina and Taya are actually behind us.
Yeah, it is Tea Kalor. The Life and Times of Tea Kalor. Zatea Zephi Travelvis.
It seems odd that their book would be here. Does it not?
It very much is. Can I try to grab it?
Sure.
Okay, I'll just grab it. And it's locked, right?
Yes, it has a lock on the front, almost like a journal or a diary.
Okay, I'll just grab it. It's not big, it's just
No.
tiny. Okay. And it's just leather, or is it just a different
Yeah, it
kind
appears to be
of
leather bound.
Okay. I'll just grab it and try. I'm just gonna jiggle it and try for it to maybe open it a little bit. And then I'll just say I can try opening this, but that would be rude, isn't it? Because it's not mine and it's Taya's, or maybe other. I'm confused. I'll just keep it, and I'll just tuck it in my pocket.
That is an appropriate course of action.
Okay.
Dr. Cornelius will open the other two books.
The book on the left appears to be, as best as Dr. Cornelius can tell, mathematical equations, but none of them are correct, and many of them appear to be, for lack of a better term, grammatically incorrect. They're ill-formed, they're not done properly, and the conclusions that are being reached are nonsensical. Every page seems packed with dozens of these equations written in all directions, sometimes in a circle, sometimes around the edges of the page, almost a scrawl, like someone was desperate to write everything they could down and write it down as quickly as they could. But to the best of your knowledge, not a single one of those equations was correct.
Okay, and the other book?
The other book, I need an investigation check.
Oh yeah, I am great at this. 11.
The book appears to be largely blank, but as you are flipping through it, you find 3 pages in roughly the center of the book that do have writing on them. The first page just has "Wake Up" written on it in clean, neat lettering right at the top of the page, like it was going to be the first sentence in a longer entry, but nothing else was written.
Dr.
The page
Cornelius.
following
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
the page following it has the same sentence written, but larger, and the writing is more erratic. It looks almost more desperate. And the final page says, "Please wake up," in giant block type that takes up the entire page and is so firmly written into the page that you can see indentation in the pages that follow.
Dr. Cornelius is going to hold out his hand to Concord again, and he's going to say, "Excuse me, my friend. Would you pinch my hand?"
We'll pinch his hand.
Thank you.
Let's see how hard I pinch it. Oh, that's a nat 20. So
Let's just tear off his arm.
I pinch a little harder than I probably should have.
That was very hard.
My apologies, doctor. I'm not used to fine motor movements like this.
Yeah, perhaps we should go upstairs. We should pocket the book.
Let's go upstairs.
Okay, who's going first?
I will.
Me.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Patrizio, you can go. No problem.
Oh, okay.
All right,
I appreciate
Patricia,
that,
give me a
Doctor.
dexterity saving throw as you move up the stairs.
I'm good at that. Dexterity saving throw?
Yep.
No, I'll just use this. Come on, ooh, 24.
Okay. So your foot steps on a stair that has rotted through, and though the board collapses underneath and falls, you are more than dexterous enough to avoid putting your weight on it and can avoid walking on the broken stair. You easily step over it and continue your ascent.
I'll just walk through, like over the wall kind of thing, and just put myself and on top of the stairs. Well, okay. Be careful. There's rotted wood around here, so be careful with your step. Now
Yeah.
just continue.
Okay, Concord, after you.
And I will walk up, make very exaggerated steps as I try to mimic somebody being careful.
Give me a dexterity saving throw, Concord.
It's a 9.
Your foot goes through a different board,
Mm-hmm.
but it isn't bad enough to cause any damage. It just slows you a little bit as you make your way back up the stairs.
I turn to Dr. Cornelius. There's another bad board here. And I'll like point very obviously at the spot that I just fell through.
Yeah, I can see that, my friends. I was watching very closely. I am going to take my axe and I'm going to bang on each step as I walk forward. Very careful to make sure that anything in this house or neighborhood knows I am here.
How hard are you banging?
I will bang very hard. I will make
All right.
athletic checks.
Okay, give me an athletics check.
Yeah. That was a 12.
You managed to punch out 2 more stairs. It looks like they were starting to rot, but probably weren't as far along as some of the other boards were. But with encouragement from your axe, we're more than happy to go ahead and give way right away. But there are still more than enough stairs for you to make your way up.
Yeah, that is how Dr. Cornelius solves the problems.
I imagine myself just walking really stealthily, like trying to be extra stealthy, and just hearing on the background a lot of thumping and crashing and glass breaking. I don't know where glass came through. And okay.
Yeah, that is exactly what it looks like. The Warforged is falling through the stairs, and I am following the Warforged up, breaking all the stairs with my axe. And Patrizio's there.
So much for the element of surprise.
The second floor of the house strikes you as more than a bit odd when you reach the landing on the second floor. It opens up into what looks to be a kitchen, complete with a stone floor, a stove, and other accoutrements, including a wash basin. The exact sort of thing that you'd expect to find on the first floor of any residence. But it's definitely on the second. You also realize that when you were looking around downstairs, all of the ceilings were made of wood. There were no stones. To the right of the kitchen, the stone stops and is replaced with wooden floorboards that lead down a hallway with 3 doors, one at the end and one on each side.
Okay. Did they catch up to me, or
Yeah,
am I still
they caught up to you on the landing.
Okay, I'll just point everything you said to them.
What do you make of this
And actually, do we
complicated?
Seems like a second floor.
And actually, do we see the what's the Corina's bat around here?
There don't appear to be any windows on this floor. So the bat, which is currently flying around outside, isn't quite visible to you guys. Karina, are you directing Orlov into the house directly, or?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
having him follow them.
All right. Then the bat flies in through the doorway, avoids all of the broken stairs very nimbly, and sort of perches at the top of the landing at the second floor.
Oh, hello, Ulrich.
Yeah,
He chirps.
it is the bat again.
All right, and at this moment, I need Karina and Taya to give me a perception check.
Okay. That would be a 16.
13.
Okay. The wind picks up outside and whips through the buildings in what almost comes out like a howl, but at least a natural one, as best you can tell anyway. But in addition to the wind, there are footsteps coming from some of the other buildings around the clearing and coming closer to the two of you on the outside.
What do you want to do about that? You hear that, right?
The footsteps?
Yes.
I do. Do the footsteps sound as if, for example, if we decide that we wish to join our very tall, strong friends who are inside the building, that the footsteps would cross our path if we tried to follow our friends?
No, they're coming from the other side. You could probably get inside the residence without the footsteps that are coming your way reaching you.
Well, I think perhaps we should join our friends as long as Orlok says it's all clear.
I will inquire telepathically with the bat. And I assume, other than broken stairs, it's been fine.
Yep, they collected 2 books off of the coffee table and went up the stairs, breaking several stairs.
Okay. Yeah, I'll agree and head in. Although I'm going to linger in the doorway because I want to see what's coming.
Okay.
Just gonna go in. I'll go in ahead of Karina.
All right. Inside the house, you see a book of mathematical equations left open on a coffee table, and the obvious imprint of dust where 2 other books had once sat there. And then the staircase at the far end of the room that winds around the outside of the building. There are obviously broken stairs, but even with the broken stairs, it's easy enough to maneuver your way up. Karina, are you doing anything to try and get a better look at what's coming?
I don't think so. Right now, she's just kind of watching and seeing if there's any movement or seeing any sort of sign of the things coming.
Give me one more perception check.
Okay. 13.
You see a small glimmer of light that looks like light reflected off of eyes in between 2 of the buildings on the far side of the clearing. where the footsteps were coming from,
Okay.
but only for about a moment, and then they disappear.
Okay. If there's
All
no
right.
other movement, I'll head inside. Otherwise, I'll just kind of keep an eye out until Taya decides we should go.
There doesn't appear to be any other movement, but you do still hear footsteps sort of echoing in the clearing.
Okay.
All right, upstairs, Patricio, Concord, and Dr. Cornelius, what are you going to do upstairs?
Are there drawers or anything that I can open here to just see
Yeah, there are
what's
cabinets
inside?
and such in the kitchen.
Okay. Can I try opening them?
Sure. The
And I'll
cabinets
just-
open with ease and reveal what look like some glass jars that have murky liquid and things floating in them. Pickles, maybe? Or something, anyway.
I grab it immediately.
There are several jars. Are you grabbing just one of them, or are you trying to empty the
I'll-
others?
I'll grab one and just open it
Okay.
and smell it first.
As soon as the lid comes off, there is a distinct odor that comes out of it that smells like rotted food. Dr. Cornelius and Patricio, I need a Constitution saving throw.
All right.
Oh no.
17.
Concord, you're blessedly immune to this sort of thing.
16.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no, 15. 15.
Okay. The smell is definitely rotted food, probably vegetables of some sort, but it's almost impossible to tell at this point what it once was. The objects floating in the murky liquid are mush and seem to almost be breaking apart as the jar is moving.
Perhaps we can decide as a collective not to open the jars.
Agreed. And I'll just put it back and put it again in the cupboard or whatever it is. Do you think we are alone here, friends?
And it will be at this moment that Taya comes up and joins you.
Oh,
There
hey
are three
there.
of us, 4 of us.
Patricio, are you carrying the life and times of Taya openly, or did you put it in a bag?
I put it inside my pocket.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
we
I'll
found
just
your
say,
journal.
I'm sorry?
I think you lost this.
How did
I
you leave
just-
your journal here if we don't know where here is?
I can't afford something like that. If I could afford that sort of thing, I'd send my sisters and brothers to school.
Taya, as soon as you take the book in hand, assuming you don't refuse it, the
Oh, no, I'll take
lock
it to look at it.
the lock clicks open. So you go and look through the book.
I think I will open it to the first page.
The first page has an inscription, and it's in your handwriting. And it reads, "A journal of the life of Taya Kalor." And it's dated as of about 5 years ago.
This is odd.
What
And
does it?
I try to think about what I was doing 5 years ago. Do I?
Probably adventuring in the Underdark somewhere.
Probably.
Do you keep leafing through pages, or do you just stick on the first?
Oh, I think I better read at least one or two more.
As you start to page through, you find journal entries of days in your life in your handwriting, from your perspective, and accurate to the best of your memory. Talking about concern for your family, where you'll find money or supplies, ideas for maybe getting ahead of things and getting to a point where you're not quite living hand to mouth.
But I don't remember writing this. I do remember doing the things in it.
Yes, you remember living those days, but you didn't journal them.
And she's gonna look up at Patricio and ask, where did you find this?
You appear to be muted.
Muted, Robo.
Sorry. It was back there on the table downstairs.
With that,
Why?
the math book?
Yes.
Well, I've done the things that this book is describing and thought a lot of these thoughts, but this book is not something I could have ever spent money on, and we never had spare money for anything. So I didn't write this, even though this is my handwriting. Is there a spell that could do this?
Dr. Cornelius is going to look around at everybody, and he's going to walk over to Taya. And he's going to sort of get his face relatively close to hers, like maybe a foot apart. And he's going to look deep into her eyes. And he's going to say, "Do you recognize me? Have you seen me before? Sink deep now. Sink deep in your mind. Take yourself back to a time before today. Back to a time that you remember but can't. Have we met before?"
I don't think so. I haven't been on the surface very long. You're from the surface, right?
Yeah, I am from the world above, but your diary seems to suggest that you have spent ample time writing your past deeds. And we know for certain that the Starvallow city changes and blocks the minds of people. Perhaps you came here 5 years ago, but you cannot remember because you have been trapped here since then. Perhaps all of us have been. Who can say?
I mean, I've been lost for a while, I know that much. I don't think it's been 5 years. And she looks through at. She flips to the end of the book.
The last entry in the book talks about a hunt that happened in the forest while you were lost, coming upon a great deer, but being surprised by it. It seemed to come out of nowhere to your left. And as you turned to face it, the antlers ran you through, gouging through your chest and damaging your heart. The journal goes on to thank the other hunter that found you and was talented enough at medicine to replace your damaged heart with the heart of the stag that had wounded you, because without it, you might not still be alive. Though you worry you'll always have the star on your chest from it. There's a scar running right down the center of your chest, where yesterday you would have sworn there was not one.
Oh, don't like that either. Well, maybe we should look for everyone else's books too.
Yeah, there are 3 rooms up here, yes, Patricio?
Yes. Uh, I'll start looking for another book.
All
I'll
right,
just
there's a
look for
left
another
door,
book.
a center door, and a right door. Which one would you like?
The right door.
Wait, Dr. Cornelius is going to hold up his hand.
Yeah. Yes, doctor.
I think we may have found some books of our own already. He's going to look at Concord, and he's going to say, Mein Freund, when we met, what was the first thing I asked you to do?
Was it when you asked me to pinch you?
Yeah, but do you remember why?
Because you did not think you were awake.
And he's going to slam the book on the table. And he's going to open it up to the page that says wake up.
Is this a dream?
I do not know. But if there are books here for all of us, my educated guess would be this is mine. Because all of us, it is most appropriate for me. For I have been trying to wake up from this nightmare since then. Perhaps it is something I missed. Can anyone look and see?
I reach over to Dr. Cornelius and I will pinch him again on the back of his arm. In that really tender spot on the back of his arm.
Yeah, you are getting on my nerves now, my friend. With the pinching. Next time you want to pinch me, I will ask you to pinch me. Do not pinch me unpinched.
Apologies.
Yeah, it is okay. But he's going to hold out, like, he's going to sort of look around, and he's going to say, can anyone take a look at this and tell me what, if there is something more, something that we missed, something that I cannot see?
Can I try looking at it?
Yeah, and he will hand it to Patrizio.
Give me an investigation check.
I'll just grab it. Investigation. Huh, that's a 5.
As you're flipping through the book, most of it is blank, and the 3 pages that I described you were able to find. But as you flip to the very end of the book, the very last page has a very tiny amount of writing on it in the bottom left corner, almost into the spine of the book. It's difficult to make out, but you can just barely see the script in what looks to be draconic.
Okay. I'll just try closing it directly on my eyes and just trying to read it out because I can't speak draconic.
And what it says
What does it say?
is, all who are brought are not all who are meant.
Does that mean anything to me?
Give me an insight check.
I'm rolling horrible, but let's see. Oh, not so bad. 23.
You know that you and your companions were brought here, but it sounds like there may be more to it than just that. Maybe another meaning, or maybe even another task. It's pretty cryptic.
There's tiny writing on this, but it says all who are brought are not. Well, I'll just say the phrase that you say because I already forgot it. And I don't think. Are we meant to do something else right now?
We were brought here to find a book from a library, right?
Yeah, that is what they said.
Well, we found 3 books. I do think that's what we're meant to be doing, is looking for books.
Dr. Cornelius is going to look at the book that Patrizia is holding in his hand, and he's going to say, "Bad book. You are a very bad book."
I don't think it's alive, Doctor.
Just in case, I wanted to know how I feel.
Then what about the book that you left downstairs?
I think I took all the books. I took
I
some.
thought you left the
Are you
map.
talking about?
Yeah, I took the math book and the other book too. And Patrizio took the journal.
Yeah.
It was my intention to take both books that Patrizio did not take.
I thought that you had left the math book. My apologies.
So let us go down the hallway and see what there is to see in this house of horrors. Is Karina with
Are
us?
you okay,
Is
Corina?
Karina with us now? No.
Not yet.
Oh, not yet. I thought
Yeah,
everybody's here.
Nope. I've still been watching the door.
I will go ahead to the center door upstairs
Okay.
and see what's in there.
All right. The door in the center opens easily and moves as though it were brand new, newly installed. The hinges don't so much as make a sound as the door opens. It opens into what looks to be a bedroom. There's a large queen-sized bed in the center, a pair of nightstands, one on either side, a dresser, and a window. Give me a perception check.
The 6.
When you look through the window, Concord, you can see the town outside the window that you had just been in, but it appears to be in a state of proper repair. The buildings are whole, and you can see people moving about in the twilight, waving to each other and making small talk as they move through what looks like an ordinary village life.
I will just call back to the doorway. It appears the city is vibrant now outside.
Yeah, do you remember what I was saying about the time and it being a flat circle or does not exist in some? Now we are here.
At that, Taya goes back down the very broken stairs to go to where Karina is.
Karina and Taya, you can see through the dilapidated doorway the same dilapidated, abandoned village that you walked through getting here, complete with the fountain and dust settling over everything.
Did you see anything?
There is something watching us. That is all I was able to get. Otherwise, the footsteps have continued, but other than some floating eyes, I don't know what they belong to.
Well, Concord says that through the window upstairs it looks like everything is fine, and the outside looks fine, and that there are people in the town. And Patricio gave me this, and she shows Karina the book.
Oh, you keep a journal as well?
I guess I do. Not that I remember keeping this.
Is everything all right?
Probably not, but eh.
Okay.
There might be something weird inside my body, but I'll have to ask.
That is all right. Well, do you need me to come upstairs?
It might be good if we were all in the same place.
All right. I was thinking we could, get more accomplished if you split the group, but I understand, and I will head upstairs.
Before you leave the doorway, would
Oh,
you
no.
ladies give me a perception check, please?
Sure. Um, 17.
Say, I didn't quite hear yours.
Oh. I didn't know I was also rolling. Well, that was an 8, so...
Both of you are able to hear what sounds like a whisper carried on the wind, almost like the message spell, but there doesn't seem to be magic attached to it, just your ears picking up the sound. To Taya, it's a word in undercommon. To Karina, it is a word in normal surface common. It is the word endless. And that's where we're going to stop for tonight.
Yeah, that was good. Thank you. What the fuck is happening?
What the fuck is happening? Yes.
Thank you everybody for tuning in. That was
We're gonna play another 2 hours, right?
yeah.
Yes.
Fuck. It was an incredible session. Thank you so much, Strike. I forgot to do this at the top, but I do want to thank our friends from Legendary Pants who sent all of us some free dice. So please send them some love on Twitter. They have the most incredible set of wine dice. And my girlfriend Allie's not here, but it combines the two things she loved the most, wine and dice. Note that I am not on that list. We will be here next week, 8:30 Eastern Time again for Chapter 3 of Dreadful Tales. And we are going to raid somebody. Who can we raid tonight? I think I can set that up.
Demi playing
CB,
RPG is live.
Demi
Yep.
playing
Demi playing CB, Dice on Ice.
Down and Claw. Oh wait, that's us.
All right. I heard Critical Bard. Let's see. Raid. Can I do this?
Oh, try the amphitheater.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Amphitheater, of course.
Yep. Mhm.
Amphitheater. Is going to work? Nope. Okay. How do I spell amphitheater?
I'll just
EM,
type it out on
The
chat.
theater.
Okay. Yeah. The amphitheater. Got it. So I just want to say thank you to everybody who joined us tonight. We appreciate it, and we see you hitting us on Twitter with those retweets and whatnot. We really appreciate it. This campaign is going to be something special, and it's in large part to the people who are sitting around the table and the people you are soon going to meet. So thank you for all of that. We hope to see you next Tuesday. Until then, stay out of the mist.
Steve.
Bye.